So, the Shadowrun that I am most familiar with and most like is Shadowrun 2nd Edition. I've been playing that since I was in college. I started playing that in about 1994 95. Oh, here's his third one. There is a community of ghouls somewhere in the Redmond Barrens. They have been preying on the citizens there. Kill as many as possible and return here for payment. You're offered a start of 10. Payment for this run is 40 new yen each, up to 20 kills max. What do you say, friend? This is normally the run that I like getting from Gunderson if I want a money grind. The problem is right now I am very ill-equipped to do it. Ghouls take several shots to bring down, and they attack in packs of up to 4 or 5. Not to mention there's some other running around the abandoned building they're in, which doesn't count to the total, but I still have to kill to get out of my way. So right now I'm going to have to pass on this, but the ghoul runs are what I really like getting from him normally. Hollywood Correctional to the Jump House, okay. I didn't... First edition had already gone by the time I had started playing. Third edition I really didn't have any use for because the only things it did, in my opinion, was like muddle up the skill system. Add a couple of new weapons to it, and it allowed everybody to, when they rolled initiative, usually the people with the most dice and everything, the bartender drops a rag and waves you over. That's for me. Here's your new yen. Don't spend it all in one place. The people who had the highest initiative totals would go first and get multiple turns before anyone else. And that was the point, because if you jazzed your character up with reflex-enhancing cyberware, or you were a physical adept and you moved that fast normally, you're supposed to get that benefit. But it ruined it by giving everybody a turn immediately before anybody started their regular initiatives. And that just blew the point of it for me. Why am I going to spend the money and the building points to be faster than everybody else if everybody's just going to get to go at the same time as me when it all starts? Didn't make any sense. Rat's Nest to Stokers. Okay, fine. 4th edition, I skipped over. 5th edition, I did play some of it. I really did not like it at all. The biggest issues that I had with 5th edition, I didn't like splitting up the skills to the White Wolf style, where you had the skills and Lone Star Grunt approaches. He questions your identity, then hands over a package. I didn't like the idea of doing both a skill together with a attribute, aka the White Wolf system. I definitely didn't like the way you had to keep track of the edge dice separately. Do you have the package breeder, or have you lost it? He grabs the package from you, checks it, and begrudgingly pays for your service. The other thing I remember really driving me nuts was the RFID tags, like where everything had a electronic tracer tag on it. It made it so much more difficult to get away with just taking stuff, which is such a basic factor in the game. So yeah, I tried a 5th edition game. It didn't go well, also because there were 2 GMs at the time, and because it was such a large group and they were splitting up and handing off. One GM really liked the idea I came up with, which was basically a street dock rigger who owned his own clinic, so therefore he had limited extraterritoriality. His name was Autopsy, and he would also organ leg the people that he killed. So, he'd be selling their organs on the black market. But the other GM, even though the extraterritoriality really didn't come into effect most of the time, he just flat out refused to let me have it. So basically, I left that game because of religious differences. He thought he was God, and I refused to worship him. And 6th edition I haven't even looked at because at this point I know what I know and I know what I like. So there you go. Go to the Jump House in the Redmond Barrens. There you will meet my client Alan Turing. Billy Gibson gets referred to in this as well, as in William Gibson, the father of cyberpunk. To the Shiawassee nuke plant. Man, they love going to the nuke plant. In the Shadowrun lore, by the way, the reason the corporations have extraterritoriality is because of an incident at one of Shiawassee's nuclear power plants. There were a group of, I think they were radical environmentalists that broke into the plant. Screw you and your frag grenades, I don't care. And basically caused a meltdown. Killed a whole shit ton of people. Shiawassee, when people were attempting to hold them liable, and actually the government was attempting to hold them liable, countersued the government, claiming that the protocols they put on them for threat response were way too limiting. And if they had their own jurisdiction and their own ability to decide what they wanted to do, the incident never would have happened. Basically, you know, if they had their own guards with their own weapons, trained their own way, authorized to do whatever they wanted to, it would have prevented the incident. And it apparently, I think it went all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court, and they ultimately sided with Shiawassee. So the idea was to give corporations extraterritoriality as far as defense and deciding what measures could be used in order to defend their property and their personnel, and in the cases of things like the malls and the arcologies, to defend their customers and things like that and their property. But the corporations took it to an extreme and basically decided, well, you know what? We're foreign powers now, basically. They can't touch us, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. So there you go with the craziness that resulted. I think I can... Oh, are you kidding me? I can't... Oh, I didn't buy the patches, that's why. Okay, I'll get a little more and I can buy the Predator. So that'll be good. Then I can trade in this cheap piece of shit pistol. There is a sudden disturbance up ahead. You glimpse someone taking your picture with a holocam. The person quickly disappears into the crowd. Holographic camera, basically. And someone mentioned earlier about the Native American nations. The United States, in North America actually as a whole, is very divided in the Shadowrun universe. Halloweeners to the nuke plant. Well, that's fairly close. Cool. There's a couple of different things that happened. First off, when magic came back into the world, one of the first things that happened was that the Native Americans, through what was called the Great Ghost Dance, led by Daniel Howling Coyote, managed to summon a huge amount of magical power and basically held the U.S. government ransom, saying, you know, we're taking what was taken from our ancestors back, or we will take it by force if need be. And their magic was so powerful that the government couldn't do anything about it, so they willingly ceded most of the western half of the United States to the Native Americans, which became... It got divided up and became the Native American Nations, NAN. There were some other offshoots on that. Shortly after that, the yeah, I'm guessing they don't celebrate that or possibly even have any sales. Shortly after that, there was a huge divide between amongst what was left of the United States, specifically between the southern states and the northern states, over the land that was given away. Most of the southern states felt that they should never have done that. And rather than have a second civil war, which was going to happen, they decided to split. So you had the Confederated American States, which is everything from Virginia down below, with the exception of Florida, which left the Union entirely and joined Cuba, Jamaica, and all to become the Caribbean League. Yeah, that was later on, though. The rest of the United States joined up with what was left of Canada, what hadn't been taken by the Native American nations, to form the UCAS, the United Canadian and American States. Also, part of the UCAS was Seattle, which was basically considered kind of like Hawaii is to the United States, part of it, even if it's not attached to it. There were a couple of other interesting things. The elves actually were originally taken in by the Native American nations when they were being persecuted. Oh, I'm definitely not doing a cool run for that little bit. But eventually they decided that they wanted their own land, so they took what was Oregon and Washington, with the exception of Seattle, and formed Tirtangir, the Elven nation. Little Chiba, Hollywood Correctional. And California actually broke off completely to become California Free State. Mexico became Aztlan. It started practicing blood magic again. So yeah, there was all kinds of craziness. Okay, now where the hell am I taking your ass? Hollywood Correctional, okay. Couldn't remember. And stuff also happened all over the world. My personal favorite is Ireland became known as Tir na Nog. And it went through a really major magical revolution. Just tons of Fae-related stuff came back to life there. There's been some good books, actually. There was an anthology called Into the Shadows. There was also a series of books written about the Shadowrun world. Two of the ones I can really recommend are The Terminus Experiment and The Lucifer Deck. Are you referring to me as that someone, or someone involved in creating it? Yeah, the great thing about Shadowrun 2nd Edition, if I didn't mention it before, I might have in passing, I can run it from memory. Like I have a ton of things memorized about it. There are some specifics I sometimes forget. Oh yeah, absolutely. Boris's greenhouse. Heinrich Michaels. I don't know if Henry Michaels or Michael Henry is something significant to cyberpunk or sci-fi. To the Halloweeners. Okay, Boris's greenhouse to the Halloweeners. Fine. As technology is the corp you're thinking of, Gilgamesh. But yeah, as technology is pretty fucking scary. And welcome back, Red Panda. But yeah, I am glad for one thing. In all of my years playing Shadowrun, no problem. In all of my years playing Shadowrun, I am very glad that I never had to actually make a run against as technology. Cause holy fucking shitballs. They are scary as all get out. Like most of the major corps are scary in one way or another. But as technology is like a whole other level of oh shit. Just as a note for the playthroughs of this, I will do what I can to keep off-screen grinding, or on-screen grinding, I should say, to a minimum. If I need to, while I'm doing stuff like this, I'm going to try to do most of it off-screen. And I'll just go and show you, hey, I bolstered stuff up. Oh, shit. Yeah, they have regular row shit inspections. Ghouls, not for that price. I will definitely be doing ghoul runs, but I can't do it for that price, and I can't do it this early. Jump House to Hollywood Correctional? Sure. Yeah, well played, Gamagumo. I can't really do it right now because I've got a lot of stuff going on. Wait, did he say Boris's Greenhouse or the Jump House? Oh no, he said the Jump House. God damn it. I always get those two confused. Like I said, I can't promise it right now because I've got a fair amount of stuff going on. But at some point, if people feel like it, I can, like I said, run Shadowrun 2nd edition just off the top of my head. So if y'all want to do like a Discord style RPG of it, it's a lot of fun. So just putting that out there for a future thing. One of the downsides of being able to run it from memory is I very rarely get to play it because a lot of the GMs are afraid that I'm going to min-max the hell out of it, and I can't help but do so because I know, everything where everything is and how everything interacts with everything else. Halloweeners. Neuromancer. Okay, this is another William Gibson. This is another William Gibson illusion. One of his greatest cyberpunk books is called Neuromancer. If you want to experience cyberpunk literature in its purest form, that's the book to read. It defines cyberpunk. To Little Chiba. Newish PC releases. I actually own all 3 of them and all the DLC, and I have yet to play them. I think the thing that's kind of scaring me a little bit is that I'm not very good at strategy. Although I was able to beat XCOM Enemy Within. Halloweeners Little Chiba. Okay. There's a Neuromancer game, really? Oh, if you want to sample actually some William Gibson without committing to one of the big novels, there is a short story anthology of his called Burning Chrome. And one of the stories that's in it is the short story that inspired the movie Johnny Mnemonic. Only thing is, the short story is much more comprehensible than that mess of a film. So I definitely recommend that. But Burning Chrome is a good anthology to experience William Gibson's style. I liked some parts of Johnny Mnemonic, but after reading the short story, I went back and saw it, and I'm like, where the hell did they get that from? And I said that several times. Let's see, Jackal's Lantern, Ares Weapon Emporium. A playthrough of Neuromancer? That is true, but the thing is they were basing a movie on a short story, and I don't remember in the short story, minor spoiler, I don't remember in the short story if it was ever specified what was on the program that Johnny was carrying. Oh, one other game I really that I have on PC. Oh, this is where Soka. This isn't where I needed to go. God damn it! I keep forgetting. Ares Weapon Emporium. I was close. The other the other game, I bought it from GOG, and I do want to play it sometime, is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. The receptionist takes the package and looks it over. Happy, she transfers new yen to your credit stick account and wishes you a good day. I'm just going to sell this other pistol that I don't need. Let me see if I can get some better armor. Fair weapon, good gun protection. Fair weapon, great gun. I can't afford either of them anyway, so what's it matter? Let me see if I can afford any firearm accessories yet. Smart gun system. I'm going to definitely want that at some point. Silencer, sound suppressor, laser sight. No, the smart gun system's better. Gas vent 2 and 3 I don't need. Okay. The SNES Shadowrun I am not impressed with. The isometric view I always found confusing. I also did not like the fact that by the time it's done, you're a Street Samurai Decker Dog Shaman, which people in the role-playing games accused me of trying to min-max a character. That's just insane. I couldn't never get over just how, there should be no way you'd be able to do that and be effective. No, it's not Hal. Oh, god damn it, I can't remember. Harlan Ellison was the writer of the short story. He approved the script. That's it, thank you. He approved the story based on his short story and oversaw the production of the game. So, he was like, okay, if you want to do this, I'm gonna watch you. And they're like, okay. Apparently, he was very helpful and he was very happy with the result. Jump house to the Jackal's Lantern. And the reflex booster, well, you got to grind for hours on everything, but this is part of the reason why I chose the Decker. Right now, I'm just grinding for karma. Okay, yes, sir, I'll bring you to your destination nice and safely. Where are we going? Jackal's Lantern. Okay, he literally is hiring me to go here. Like straight down the, like not even the different block. No, I didn't get that far. I actually found out most of what I found out from the from watching playthroughs of it. I wasn't that interested to go through all of it. Yeah, the only thing I was grinding by the time that was done was my teeth. Oh shit. Oh my god, am I out of clips? Am I fucking out of ammo? Wait a minute, why did it... Why did it unequip that? What in the... I don't... Why did it unequip my gun? I do not understand why that happened. And karma screen. You come and go. It is a motel. Oh, let's see. What do we want to do here? Okay, I think I need to raise a couple of things here, so let's get my firearms up. I'll get my body up so I'll take less damage, definitely. Let's see. Charisma. I don't even want to ask Super Pervert. See you in a couple minutes. Willpower, resist damage from mana spells and magical drain. Yeah, eventually someone's going to throw those at me. So we might as well go ahead and raise that. Well, you set me up for that so easily. I mean, you might as well have been a bowling pin machine. You know, you set that up so easily. Okay. I'm more powerful. No, the fact that he said he needed to raise a couple things. Rat's Nest, 2 Boris. Okay. Beep. Boo boo. Boo boo boo. Beep. Boo boo. Boo. Beep boop. Beep. Dee 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 dee. Oh. Okay, that is the right place. I don't know why they call it the Rat's Nest if well-dressed elves are hanging around there and Lone Star is too. I can only guess Lone Star is not there to actually he grins devilishly when he sees the package. Now I can do some serious fixin'. He pays and escorts you out of the greenhouse. I'm actually reminded of a porno I looked at but not watched called Night of the Living Bed, which was basically porno with zombies. Yeah. Gamigumo, also, your statement is reminding me of one of the grossest jokes I have ever heard in my entire life. That I almost feel bad retelling, but now I feel like I have to. I'll leave it up to you all. If you don't want me to tell you, I won't. A Halloweener walks up and pushes you. What the frag took you so long? I'm not used to waiting. You think he may attack, but instead he grabs the package and tosses you your payment. Un's up for it. Okay. Everybody else weigh in, please. I want this to be, you know, at least majority. No, I can't do that. Okay, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Did you hear? Did you hear the one about the heartbroken necrophiliac? Yeah, some rotten split on him. There's a sudden disturbance up ahead. You glimpse someone taking your picture with a holocam. The person quickly disappears into the crowd. There's another variation of that. It's like, well, she didn't even know he was alive, and then the rotten split on him. So, did you hear the joke, super pervert? Boris Greenhouse. Be honest. If you heard the joke, okay. The joke is, did you hear about the heartbroken necrophiliac? Yeah, she didn't even know he was alive, and then the rotten split on him. Okay, that's it. That's enough of that. Ellis Goodson, I don't remember if that's a cyberpunk reference or not. There's a lot of packages coming out of the rat's nest. Well, oh, this isn't a package. Well, you never know. I mean, I want to default on the side of, you know, maybe you don't know. Huh? Yeah, that's the one good thing about zombies. You know, is it technically necrophilia if they make the first move? Toxic shock. Yeah, I'm glad I upped my firearms damage. It's taking these guys down a lot faster. I don't know. I mean, you know, it depends on how well they were doing. You know, if they weren't that good at it, then you can just grab the stump and just like, oh no, here's how you do it. Yeah. I cannot take that ghoul run yet. Ghouls, by the way, are the closest analog to zombies in Shadowrun. God damn it, stop giving me the ghoul run. I can't do it now. They eat flesh, they're near blind. They have like a grayish skin. Not much hair left at all. Claws and fangs. And it is spreadable. Oh, good. A nuclear power plant. That's much safer. To the Jackal's Lantern. All right. Yeah, they did introduce zombies in a later magical supplement when they also introduced voodoo. Oh, yes. Cyber zombies. I always wanted to see a cyber zombie with like a whole bunch of kitchen appliances, just because they'd gone that far. They figured, why the fuck not? Let's see where we are. Oh, that's not what I wanted to select. Only 5 karma, really? Shit, I thought I had more than that. Every time I come in, you know, Gunderson's licking his fingers. Forest greenhouse, Jackal's lantern, easy. I'm not sure I actually want to know, especially since it's Urban Dictionary, what unjust linked. Not specifically. Here's the package I want delivered. No delays, got me. You take the package and leave. There were things called the Horrors, which were alleged to be demons. It was actually a connection to one of Fass's other books, Earth Dawn. I actually did make a lot of special stuff for Shadowrun. One of the things I made also for it were incubi and succubi. XH, hi. Glad to see you. Cyber Spurs with the optional cake beater attachments. Ginsu Cyberware. Halloweeners to Little Chiba. But yeah, I made incubi and succubi. I did rules for werewolves. I made a lot of different car modifications. I made some weapons. I did a lot of magic spells. I made some optional rules. One of the rules I made was called Future Metahuman, which basically means you start off human during character creation, but then sometime during the game, for whatever reason, you change into something else. Which also can include things like vampires or the like. Ooh, now that's interesting. I've never noticed 2 people start up something and one other person run away. That's a first for me. The hippiest class? As in like the tree hugger class or something? It would probably be certain types of shaman. But you know, there are lots of urban shaman too. The gator shaman in here, for example, could be either a wild or an urban totem, basically because of the legends of gators in the sewers. Hollywood Correctional, John Worley, not sure of that name. Hollywood Correctional Rat's Nest. Okay, well, if you really want to know, they are a contagious being, kind of like vampires. They obviously drain essence through sex. They have enhanced speed, enhanced, or I'm sorry, not enhanced speed, enhanced strength, and enhanced charisma. If an elf becomes a demon, they gain extra bonuses. They also have 2 weaknesses. One is to pure gold, which I went with just because it sounded good, and the other, some of them have weaknesses to holy symbols, and they all have weaknesses to prophylactics and any type of sex preventative. Hollywood Correctional, Little Chiba. Okay. Well, It wasn't so much a latex allergy. It was a basically like, oh no, this nullifies my seed. Yeah, I'm told that a lot of guys have that exact same reaction when a woman tells them to put one on. Well, XH, for what it's worth, I did mention earlier, not at this moment, but at some point in the future, I could potentially do a Discord style Shadowrun RP if people are interested. It won't be for a while though, because I'm still kind of bogged up with other stuff. But I can run second edition from memory. So if y'all are interested in giving it a go, it could potentially happen. Let's see. Let me get some armor. Fair weapon protection, good gun protection. Okay, I am very close to being able to afford the armor jackets, so I'm just going to hold off a bit. And I think what I will do is grind until I can buy the armor jacket, and then we'll call it a night. And then sometime during the week I'm going to do some off-screen grinding, so you won't have to see quite as much of this. You can actually see some things somewhat interesting going on. Jump House. Chris Stout. He thinks highly of himself, doesn't he? Jump House to Little Chiba. No problem. I was a noob myself once. I never begrudge anyone for trying something new. You will... Yeah, no, I get that, Goober Slot. I get it. Wait a minute, wasn't this where I was supposed to go? Oh no, I was supposed to go to the jump house, so I just had to go back in. So... that is just loony enough to work, SP. I guess we can figure on the campaign not having a super serious tone. Because there is, you know, one drawback to that. You know, I mean, people do see a lot of crazy shit. So, you know, some people will go like, "Oh my God, there was a guy with a gator head on his head," and God damn it, I can't do the goal run. What do I keep telling you, you fat fuck? Weapon Emporium, Billy Gibson. Yes, William Gibson. Weapon into the nuke plant. And then I can just go back to the weapon and hopefully get the vest. There is something about being, you know, way too memorable. They actually have a disadvantage in the game that you can take for your character. Oh, I forget the exact name of it, but basically it means that you stand out and you're really recognizable. So, you know, when the cops are talking to the people and like, hey, you know, it's that they can say exact descriptions of you. And then the Lone Star is like, wow, it's that same guy with the neon green mohawk and the Soviet bomber jacket. You know, the one who fucked the pigeon last week. Ribbed, padded, and woven. Go ahead, make your jokes here. Can you go pantless? Yeah, man. You sort of want to think along the lines of, you know, Oh my god. You sort of want to think along the lines of what could pass in, regular society too. Like if you couldn't go out without your pants on in today's world, you're not going to manage it from this world either. Oh my god, he's jacking in. He's jacked in and he's uploading. Let me just check real quick what my karma. Oh, okay, I got a lot of karma, so I'm gonna go ahead and put myself. Yeah, you think? Yeah, you think a computer virus is bad? I'm gonna put myself right here and save state, and I will pick up from there later. And that will do it. So as I said, I will continue doing some grinding in this during the week, and I will see if I can get to a place where the story starts advancing a little bit. That mainly happens when you get out of the Redmond Barrens. But yeah, that'll be for another time. I will, one way or another, show you what the ghoul run is like, because that is kind of fun, but, you've got to go into it equipped right. And now that I have the heavy pistol that I like to use and the vest I like to use, now I can start saving up for some cyberware, and I can get equipped that way.